Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. We're sitting down with JP Sebastian right now talking movies. It's a movie called It Ends With Us. Blake Lively in the driver's seat there. Well, I call it the driver's seat, but
well,
yeah.
I mean, the talk of the town to us when the cameras are off.
Absolutely, and also a very powerful movie circling around the topic of gender-based violence as well. We're going to have a discussion about that with Cara in just a second. But for now, let's talk about this movie, my friend. How's it? Nice to see you.
Good to see you too, and good to see Blake Lively, apparently. We were both like talking about it in a very lively fashion. It's idiots.
It's nice that now she's in the spotlight. Ryan Reynolds in the spotlight now with Deadpool.
I was saying, and maybe people disagree, I don't know. I mean, you said she's from Gossip Girl. She's got enough of like a history behind
her.
Look
there. She made a mark there already.
But she always feels like one of these actresses about to tip the scales to go big, and keeps choosing sort of smaller stuff, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but whatever.
Yeah. So talk to us. It ends with us.
I think that it's best that maybe at the start we get the people behind the story to talk to us. And so here is Blake Lively, and I think it's Colleen Hoover, who is the novelist, with her in a little interview and a teaser, a taster about what the whole thing is about. Out already.
Nobody panic.
You are making such a mess. Welcome to Afternoon Tea with Blake and Colleen.
Hello. Okay, how do you feel about getting to share your stories with an even wider audience of moviegoers?
You know, a lot of times adaptations get a lot of flack for not sticking to the book, and I really feel like this one has been very faithful. So I am extremely ecstatic to see the reaction. Going on set was mind-blowing because it was even more than what my imagination could capture.
Oh my God. The reason that I was excited to do this movie is that I saw the mention of your name. I was like, oh wow, her voice resonates with people. How she tells stories and what she's telling reaches out and grabs so many people. And then I fell in love with Lily. I want to play this woman because I understand why she experiences what she experiences. There was like an authenticity to it. That's really powerful.
I appreciate you taking on the role and doing it so well and bringing to the character what I had intended in the book, and you did it on screen in such a powerful way.
So there we have it. It ends with us. All right, JP, chat to us about your thoughts on this movie. Obviously a very heavy topic to deal with as well.
Absolutely. And so straight out the gate, you tell me just lay it on the table and I will. I don't know where to stand on stuff like this. Like I tightrope a bit about the tone that something that you deliver this should be in. And unfortunately for me, like as you can see already, there's this really sexy man and he's sculpted and he's got the abs. No offense, you're a lovely sexy man yourself, Ewan.
Gee.
Even though this character's name is Ryle, by the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. No.
It's spelled the same.
Right, Ryle. Okay.
Yeah, controversy just waited to happen. And it's like, what do you want to be movie? And this is one of the reasons why it was mired in some controversy itself, is because apparently there are two cuts. There's a cut that the director himself, who is the main character, this Ryle guy, just give me the director's name there. I think it's
Justin Baldoni.
Baldoni, that's right. And she was banging heads with him over creative differences. So apparently there's a Blake Lively cut, and apparently there's the Baldoni cut.
Right.
And that might be one of the reasons why it feels a bit lost in what it wants to be. And when I say that, I mean heavy subject, guys. Gender-based violence, sexual assault, etc., etc. So what is the correct vehicle for that thing? I don't know that I need to see like steamy, hot under the collar type scenes, but who's to say how it should be? I mean, it's not me necessarily, because even people who are suffering this, and even people who are trying to take that hard walk and find the courage and find the strength, etc., are also romantic human beings.
Absolutely.
You don't necessarily need the characters to suffer 24 hours a day. It's sort of like people sometimes want a perfect victim in their head, even in real life. But I don't think that it strikes a correct balance, because say for the first hour and 40 minutes, it's good enough chemistry, but like how much do you want to see a movie about 6 different dates and flirting and desire and whatever when it is about something as heavy as it is? So like we've seen great movies in the past, like Promising Young Woman. We've had the others that I recommended last week, The Nightingale, heavy movies. We even have Fury Road. It's like gender-based violence isn't just about gender-based violence. It's about rape culture. It's about patriarchy. It's about misogyny. You can talk about these larger sort of themes as well. It's not like everyone's just waiting for, oh my goodness, where's this scene when eventually he turns, kind of thing. So one of the other things then is sort of missing, and all this opportunity when it has all these different dates that they go on and all these sort of like close brushes and all that kind of stuff is, wouldn't it be great if movies had more of, and movies have to be manuals on how to live or how to see things, but how do red flags crop up? How do you know to see the signs? And for me as a man as well, I'd be interested in knowing how does your mind get to that place where you feel like you get to lie to someone? Something called DARVO. It doesn't even talk about DARVO, which is to deny, attack, and reverse the victim and offender. All these tactics that abusers use, and how do they reconcile that? How do you square the circle of being an abuser and then put in on the nice guy next door face kind of thing? So maybe not my cup of tea in that way, and also because it felt a bit confused about what it wanted to be. Not the ideal vehicle, but it was a best-selling novel. It was a New York Times bestseller, and here's the other thing: who's to say how a movie speaks to you as well?
Yeah, exactly. But like you said, there was a little bit of controversy. I think we'll get to your score in just a little bit about how do we put this together? How do we take these two different worlds and kind of merge them? So the one that we see on screen is kind of what they took out of both worlds, I presume. Yeah, and we are talking about it on a Monday, so I presume this movie is out.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, this came out last Friday. But it's obviously thematic to, like you said, we're about to have the larger discussion and a more pressing discussion about this very, very serious topic, not just in South Africa, but around the world, which is why we see more and more movies try to more delicately and sensitively broach how do we even begin to talk about something that's like staring us dead in the face. And I don't know that It Ends With Us really sort of like went for the bullseye on the subject. But as one of these sort of, to use a stupid term, like a chick flick kind of thing, or date night movie, or something that's more particular to a certain taste, maybe it functions. But I don't think it fulfills its mission statement. And in fact, that was even some of the controversy, is that there were some fans who were like, Blake Lively is making too light during the promotion of the thing, which is again like, an actor is also allowed to enjoy their success, but for a heavy subject, it's like the promotion has to also
you have to carry on in that same tone afterwards, or what are you supposed to do? I mean, this is a serious topic. All right, let's get to your score, my friend.
I'm afraid, like I said, because we've had all these other greats in the past, and all these other offerings that are just constantly trying to wrestle with us, from human trafficking to misogyny in the corporate workspace. This is pretty flat for me, and so it gets a 5. Out of 10 is the most I can give it. But if it tickles your fancy in terms of the sensory aspect, because yes, humans are warm-blooded as well, maybe it fulfills that gap for you too. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right, JP, thank you very much. It Ends With Us now in cinemas. If you've seen it, let us know. If you are going to go see it, let us know your opinions. We'd love to know. Maybe you echo what JP is also saying. Maybe you really do enjoy it.
Or how it reached out to you.
Or how it reached out to you, exactly. Like we said, it is a movie with a serious topic circulating around gender-based violence. We are continuing with that conversation right now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.